Hello and welcome to another conference conversation. Today I have with me Paul DiFranco. He is doing a presentation on instructing self-hypnosis, and he's also doing meditation and yoga every morning, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We welcome him today. I'd love to have a conversation with him. So, good morning, Paul. How are you today?
Good morning and good day, wherever you are out there.
That's right. That's right. So we're doing these conference conversations so that our members and our attendees will just get to know the presenters a little bit more and to find out, what you're going to actually be speaking about. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What got you into hypnosis, perhaps?
Well, it's a long story, but to be very brief, I had two very remarkable hypnosis sessions from two different practitioners about 20 some years apart. And after the second one happened, I thought, there's got to be something to this, and this is something I want to learn. And that's what got me into it. It took 20 years. I'm a little slow sometimes,
Nah.
but it does work wonderfully well on me. And I thought if it's doing this much good for me, maybe I can help other people with it too.
Very good. And where did you go for your training? I hear you have some or had some affiliation with the Cleveland Clinic, or how did that work?
Yeah, that was probably my second training. They bring the Wellness Institute in once or twice a year out of Seattle, Washington. And I went through their 6-day program. That was one. I went through NATH, and I went through another online. My first one was an online to get the 101 basic hypnosis
Hmm.
stuff done.
Very good. And what are you doing now?
Hmm. Well, I consider myself a wellness person. I do hypnotherapy. I've also taught yoga in the past, and I teach meditation. And meditation and yoga, and well, they're all related, but meditation and hypnosis are like brother and sister. I think so. It's just a hypnosis rather is a little bit more active. It's a little bit more like surgery at times.
Exactly. I always describe it as I ask people, what's the difference between meditation and hypnosis? And now they are getting very much blended. But normally, meditation, you're trying to just empty your mind, right? And connect to the divine, connect to whatever. And in hypnosis, we're actually helping them reformulate new patterns, and we're putting things in right from them, from the client-based hypnosis. But I think that's the main difference, is that we're changing things. Yeah, would you agree with that?
100% is a great way of saying it. And I think of them, another model, another analogy is yin and yang. I think meditation is a little bit more yin. It's more
Mm-hmm.
receptive, passive, and hypnosis is a little bit more yang. It's active and kind of doing things, pushing buttons and levers and things like that.
Very good. So that leads us into, but you're retired now from your full-time job, and you are doing hypnosis more, and you're in a wellness center now?
Well, yeah, well, I'm almost retired. I'm backing away slowly.
Gotcha.
I've done career coaching and consulting for years, and I'm down to about 8 hours a week by
Oh,
choice.
that's good.
And I'm not one to do things dramatically, and so I've been phasing myself out of that and phasing up the wellness. Yeah, and I was very fortunate to be offered a spot at the Stella Luna Wellness and Mental Health Institute in Middleburg Heights, Ohio. I'm in the process of getting that going. As you
That's
know, it
awesome.
takes a while to ramp up, and we're ramping up, and they're ramping up. They're new too.
Very good. So tell us a little bit about your presentations. How about the instructing self-hypnosis? What will participants or our attendees glean from your presentation or go home with, I guess?
Yeah, well, keeping in mind that our participants are experienced hypnotherapists themselves, I'm not going to get into a lot of really basic stuff that I might with a general audience or the general population. But the idea is to give them an experience of how they can in turn teach self-hypnosis to their clients, whether it be one-on-one or in a group format. Now, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that if you're a hypnotherapist? Here's the sell part. One, it allows you to do some really soft marketing. If you're in a group, you can expose people that have never been, it's a good first time dip your toe in the water kind of experience, a group of people to a hypnosis experience. And then maybe land some one-on-one to do some deeper work with them. And it's also something that they can do between sessions to reinforce their sessions and do some of the self-care on their own. So those are the whys that I can think of as why you'd want to learn and why you'd want to do this with your clients.
So it really wouldn't take away from your business. It would enhance your business in a lot of ways.
I think so. I mean, if you want to look at it from a takeaway model and dwell on that, maybe that's what you'll get. But I look at it, I look at it from an expansive point of view of you're exposing more people to what hypnosis is, and you're giving them a feel for what can be done with it. And let's face it, I mean, maybe 1 out of 100,000 people can do some self-hypnosis that's very, very deep, but that's pretty rare. There are not many Edgar Cayce's in the world.
Absolutely. So our new members shouldn't be threatened by, oh my gosh, we're going to teach our clients self-hypnosis and then they don't need us. Actually, I think they need you more after they come to a group hypnosis or even a group hypnosis for self-hypnosis. And then they realize that, oh, but wait, I go much deeper with Paul, or I go much deeper with my hypnotist. Yes.
Yeah.
And
I completely agree. Completely agree. And, it gets to the bigger question, Linda, and this is a leading question because I know you know the answer. Are we ever really done?
No, absolutely not.
Are we right? And with as you know, hypnosis, it's endless. I mean, you can apply it to so many different behaviors, attitudes, motivations that you'd want to influence in some way on yourself or other people come to you. That it's endless possibilities of what you can do with it. And so you teach somebody maybe some self-hypnosis on a particular thing. There's still, if they wanted to, probably 50 other things that they can apply it to in their life, and they're going to need you for that.
Absolutely.
So I don't look at it as a takeaway. I look at it as it's a way to expand the field and exposure to the field and the power of the field.
Absolutely. And it empowers our clients even more, I would think anyway. Yeah. I think that it would empower our clients even more. And as we know that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis anyway, we help them along, but it's still, they're doing it themselves in the end. We're just facilitating, yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I use regular hypnosis in the self-hypnosis class to help teach the self-hypnosis class. So it's all bound together.
That sounds awesome. So Paul will be doing his, what's it called? Sorry, I got to look at my book. It is Instructing Self-Hypnosis on Friday at 11 for a 2-hour presentation. So look for him on Friday morning. And also, if you want to get up really early, you can see him for his yoga and meditation. Tell us about that.
It was well received at last year's conference. As you know, I think you told me it was one of the second best attended or something like that.
Exactly.
And we decided to give it another try. And this year we're going to kind of put them together. Last year they were separate. So this year I'm going to be doing about a half-hour yoga and about a half-hour meditation. This is very gentle, light, morning, easy to wake yoga. This is not power yoga. So if you're listening out there and figure you've never been to a yoga class, it's okay to come to this.
And if you haven't been to yoga for a while like me, I can still come too. I'm glad to hear that.
If you don't come, we're going to send somebody up to your room to get you. How's that?
Get me away from the paperwork and the computer, and I will be there at 7 o'clock. He does this at 7 o'clock a.m. sharp.
All 3 days.
If it's all 3 days on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it's what makes the NATH conferences a little different. Yes, we are transpersonal, but we're not all just woo-woo either. And yet we can add in the meditation and yoga and what does Dennis do? The Tai Chi. It's not Tai Chi. It is,
Oh,
hang on, I can tell you that.
Qigong,
It
perhaps?
Yes, it is. Thank you. I always get them mixed up. I shouldn't do that. Anyway, but it's what makes us a little bit different, that we can add in these extra things that other conferences don't add in yet, right? So I encourage all of our members to check it out. If you don't want to get up at 7 o'clock every morning, maybe you want to go for a walk on the beach, but check out 1 or 2 days, or maybe all three, who knows?
It
Anyway.
feels good, and it sets the stage for the rest of the day, so you become more receptive to all the information that you're going to be getting that day. And doing something physical is good too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moving.
Right. So we're a week later this year. Last year, there were people swimming in the ocean and it was warm outside. I don't know what it'll hold this year, but if it is warm, the Holiday Inn has a whole pool deck outside that we can do yoga on. If not, we will either be in the atrium or one of the meeting rooms, but there is plenty of space that we have. So we will let you know that probably every morning, I would think.
Yeah, we can have a sign posted at the table, perhaps saying yoga that way.
That's right. Or we can have a yoga pose on it. I don't know. Anyway, so given that, and I really appreciate you coming and doing all the yoga, what do you like best about the NATH conferences? I know even in your career, you've been to other conferences for other things and all of that. Why come all the way from Ohio to Virginia Beach every year besides presenting?
Just I guess the biggest reason is to mix and mingle and get ideas from other experienced professionals in the field. It's kind of a solitary kind of profession, and there's not as many of us around, you know. I
Mhm.
think is other wellness areas, and it's the one chance a year that I get to meet people live and in person. Well, that I give myself the gift that I give myself once a year. I guess I could do it more.
That's awesome, though. But you're right. I mean, most of us are in our own hypnotherapy practice. We practice by ourselves most of the time. Now we practice on Zoom in our own homes. So we don't get a lot of peer socialization or just to see people and talk to people. We're trying to start our NATH chapters again. Randy has one on Zoom. Dennis and I are starting one on the third Sunday of the month so that we can do it on Zoom as well. But there's still something about meeting in person and having a cup of coffee or having lunch or having dinner or being at the banquet and just seeing the presenters, seeing the people that you haven't seen in a year or maybe never, because we're getting new and different presenters every year. So people are coming across the country for this conference. We have people from Nevada and California and Washington and Maine and Arizona, and I can't even tell you all the states that are coming. So I think it'll be really fun. It's what I love about it too, is just to see everybody and be able to chat with people. So
Absolutely, complete 1000% agreement.
and besides that, be on the beach and we're on the boardwalk again this year. So when you're on the boardwalk, you've got, I think it's 3.5 miles down that you can walk. You can ride bikes, you can do whatever. Starbucks is even about 6 blocks down, although they do have free coffee at the Holiday Inn. So we get our coffee in the morning as well. So anyway, it'll be fun. Thank you for being with me today,
Thank
Paul.
you.
And we look forward to seeing you in just 4 short weeks. 4 weeks
Wow.
as of yesterday. So yeah, that's when I say that to people, it's like, and when I say that, I go, oh, it's 4 weeks away, but we're getting ready. We have things in order, and our team is working hard to get everything ready for everyone to come. So I hope you'll join us. Thank you, Paul. I will talk to you soon.
Look
Okay.
forward to meeting you.
Mhm. Bye now.
Bye-bye.